Hey guys, what's going on? I got another coin shop finds video here for you. I haven't gotten a chance to make a video in a while. I've been really busy the past 6 months, and I just had a kid, and I've been really busy with work and everything else. So it has been a while since I put a video out, but I am hoping from here on out I'll be able to put at least a video out every couple of weeks. Hopefully that's my intention. But let's get to the video here. I went to the coin shop yesterday, my local coin shop, and I actually bought something that I don't normally buy. I'm not a world coin collector. The only world coins that I do own are World War II era Soviet coins and German coins that, have some historical significance that an American could appreciate. So those are the only type of world coins that I do own. But I just saw this 1957 proof set, and something about it, I had to have it. You'll see it's got some really attractive toning. You could see here's the quarter. It's got a nice golden tone around the periphery. There's the $50. Again, it's got a little bit of a golden tone to it, not much. There's the dollar. I really like the cent. It has a really deep, deep red color to it. And then my favorite coin out of the bunch would have to be this dime. And you could see it's got, fluorescent blues and pinks and orange or purples, just depending on which way the light hits it, you get a different color, but it's really an attractive coin. And flip them over, you'll see the reverse on the dime is just as spectacular as the obverse. The cent, very attractive. And then the $50's got a nice bit of color around the top of the obverse and the bottom of the obverse. And then you could see the quarter here has really got excellent fluorescent blue and orange and pink toning around the periphery. So, when I picked this up and I saw just the toning on these coins and just the look of this entire proof set. Let me zoom out a little bit. I just had to have it. So I guess this is a better date for the proof sets from what my coin shop owner told me. I think they made about 11,000 of these. So paid a little bit of a premium on this. Really not something I'm going to the coin shop looking to buy normally, but I think you could see why I picked this one up. Just the whole set, just very attractive. So I grabbed this, and it is still in the plastics too. I had to take it out of the plastics or else you just really couldn't make out the details and the tone in the coins, but it is in the original plastics, which is a bonus. I guess people like to buy them inside the original packaging, which makes sense. So here's a 1957 proof set that I picked up yesterday, and I got two more coins from yesterday that I'll show you. Here's a 1927 Standing Liberty quarter. I got this out of the junk bin. Now you can see why I grabbed this. I love the toning on it. Just very original look, in my opinion. And it actually does have, in the recesses between the devices, still has some luster to it, or still has some original skin to it in the low points. So picked this up. Very happy to grab this. I'm always looking for nice Standing Liberty quarters from the bin whenever I see them. And likewise, here's another one. There's a 1930 Standing Liberty quarter. And this has some original skin on it too. You could see when I rotate it around. A light toning on this one. It's got a little bit of a light tan tone to it, which is nice. And this one's just a lot cleaner than the previous one with the dark toning. And this is actually the first one that caught my eye, but I knew as soon as I saw this, I was going to grab this. And then I saw the 1927. And then yesterday I also bought an 1892 quarter and fine, but I already put that in my Dansko album, so I'm not going to be able to show you that one. But I got a couple bonus coins here that I've bought within the last 5 or 6 weeks. And we'll start off with probably my favorite out of this whole group. And here's an 1896 O Barber Dime in fine 12, graded by Annex. And let me zoom in a little bit for this one. So this is going to get cracked out and go in my Dansko album. But what I really loved about this is that golden tone on all the high points. It's just got a really great look to it. And this is the look I'm going for my album. Any coin that's going to make it into my album, you know, as the final coin that's going in that spot, is going to be a coin that's got somewhat of an antique look. You know, it's going to be at least fine 12 or up, and it's going to be somewhat antiqued look to it. So, you know, I've got a lot of coins in there to upgrade. You know, there's probably only 7 or 8 coins in there right now that I envision being the coins that stay in there forever. And this is going to be one of them. So this is a better date, 1896-0. 1895-0 would be the key date. So in fine 12, I could probably expect to pay, you know, upwards of $1,000, $900 maybe at best. And to find one with the look that I'm going for is going to be a challenge, but putting together any Barber album is a challenge, and that's the fun of it. So next I have this 1908 Barber half dollar in an ICG holder, graded AU55. I really like the look of this. I think it's accurately graded AU55 in my opinion. It's got a lot of luster, and it's got that nice golden tone to it, and it's kind of sprinkled with little dark tone spots, which might not be for everybody, but I like the look of this coin. And finding Barbers in this condition for, you know, relatively affordable prices is no small feat. So for what I paid for this, I'm very happy with it. The reverse, you could see, still got, you know, AU55 range luster in it, in my opinion. You can see it's got the golden tone. The devices pop pretty good, but the reverse does have a lot more dark spots, which, like I said, I don't mind them. You know, I love this coin. I love the look of it. I will admit the obverse is a lot more attractive than the reverse, just because the reverse has so many of those dark spots. But, you know, this coin's been around the block a few times, and it shows it. And I don't mind that in a coin. You know, it's got an original look to it. So I was happy to grab this. The last Barber I have here, and then I got a couple of Morgans to show, is this 1906 Barber Dime. It's in a PCGS AU55 struck through grease holder, mint air. And you could see it's missing the 6 on the bottom of the obverse there. So there was a glob of grease on the die when this was struck, and it obscured the 6. So that is a mint air. And anybody collects Barbers or mint airs, or the combination of the two, knows mint air Barber coins are very hard to come by, and when you do find them, they're a pretty stiff premium on them. I think I did pretty good on this one. I got this for $110, which in my opinion was was a good price. I just couldn't pass up on it. You know, I don't love how bright the coin is. I wish it had a little bit of tone to it, but you know, it isn't a straight graded holder. It does have the mint air attributed to it, so for the price, I thought it was a no-brainer. I own a couple of mint air Barber coins, and you know, all of them are cool in their own right. So there's the 1906 Barber Dime with the struck through grease there. I thought that was really cool, especially for the price. The last error coin here is this 1878 CC that I got. Now, I don't normally buy clean coins in holders, but this one has a 90-degree rotated die. So I thought that was really cool. You don't see Carson City anything with mint airs very often, whether it be Morgan Dollar or seeded stuff or gold. You just never really see mint airs with the Carson City Mint too much, and when you do, the price is astronomical. So there's an MS62 Morgan Dollar that's, you know, a common date. I forget the date, but I remember it was common, and it's got a rotated die just like this. It's in a PCGS holder, and I think the price tag on it was like $2,200 or something like that. So, you know, if this wasn't cleaned, I probably wouldn't have been able to afford it, or at least I wouldn't have spent that much money on it, because, you know, that's a lot of other really cool coins that you could buy. So that's something that I've learned collecting coins. I've owned some really nice high grade or rare coins that are very expensive, and you know, for the amount of money you spend on that one coin, however amazing that one coin is, you know, you could buy a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen other coins that you'll end up enjoying just about as much. So I've kind of got away from the multi-$1,000 coins. You know, I had a proof 20-cent piece before. I paid $5,500 for. It was in a vintage holder. It was like proof 62 or 63, I forget, but it was an amazing coin, and I loved the fact that I owned it. But you know, $5,500 for one coin, that could damn near carry you throughout an entire year, just buying cool stuff like this, going to the coin shop every week and just finding something you weren't expecting. So just a little advice from one collector to another. You know, if you're on some sort of a budget, in my opinion, you're better off staying away from the crazy high dollar rare coins and putting that into a bunch of other coins that you'll enjoy just as much, and you'll be able to buy a whole lot more of them. But to this last coin here, it's an 1881S, and this is an ICG MS65 graded Morgan Dollar. So 1881S is probably my favorite year to collect in Morgan Dollars. Very common year, but the 1881S is probably the best struck coin in the Morgan Dollar series. The San Francisco Mint in 1881, they just took a lot of care in making their coins, and it shows with the quality. You know, they're very high degree of luster, and they're just flashy coins. You know, you could get an MS65. Well, if you get one in an off-brand holder that you agree with the grade, I paid well under $200 for this. But even if you got one in a PCGS holder, you could get one for about $200. Flashy, and it's just, the money goes, for the quality of the coin, the money goes a lot further for the 1881S, in my opinion. I just love buying them just because they're so nice. So here's an 1881S MS65. Do you agree with the grade on this? I mean, the cheek is flawless. The fields are incredibly nice. There are some hits in the field on the left, you could see there, but they're small hits. And then On the reverse, there's one big hit coming off the arrows. The little cluster of arrows in the eagle's talons. That's the only big detracting mark on this entire coin. So the luster's excellent. Not a lot of hits. The cheek is perfect. That's why I picked this one up. Like I said, I find coins like this in ICG holders, and you could get them $40, $50 cheaper than the same coin in a NGC or PCGS holder, if not more. Then, you know, for me that makes sense. That's buying the coin. I do realize, you know, the resale is, you know, it's gonna get you with the resale. You know, you're gonna save 40, 50, 60 bucks buying it, but when you go to sell it, unless you shop it around and maybe you put it on eBay and you have time to wait for a year or two, you know, you're going to end up giving that money back up on the resale probably. But, you know, I just thought this was an excellent coin, so I bought it. So that's the video for today. Favorite coin in the video, 1896 Barber Dime. But I think second place, just because there's kind of a novelty to this mint set with me, because I never buy world stuff. But I just love these coins, especially this dime, the cent, and then the quarter. I just absolutely loved this proof set, and I couldn't be happier that I bought it. So, but that'll be it for today, guys. I'll see you on the next one.